Hello, 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 and welcome to another game of Inscription. So, we've started the run already, and we've gone with the Stoat Wolf deck. It was generally one of my favourite decks to start off with at the start. It offers us the cockroach and the beehive, but there also was a warren there, which probably with the experience I have in the game now, was probably a better choice, to be honest with you. But the beehive will make it work. First things first, let's get those bad boys merged together. The idea is endless bees. Uh, it's like the first time I've actually done this type of combination in the game, I believe. And we have the Stoat, our favourite guy actually. We think the Stoat is cute. We should do a game where the Stoat wins, I think. Should be fun, right? Anyway, we got our beehive. Gotta place it down. Poor Stoat, to be honest with you. Sacrifice the Stoat for some bees. I mean, it was a worthy sacrifice. He deserved better, but you know. We've got it the bees actually return to your hand as well. So the whole plan is to get it so that it's like really easy to summon anything that you put in your deck, right? So pretty much endless resources to help us all out in the long stage to come. Okay, place our wolf down for extra damage and the bee behind the possum because it'll do that extra one. Plus if it dies it comes back to our hand. So it's a good card. It's a good blocker. Doesn't cost anything to summon. Does at least one damage. Okay, next move to the Prospector. And try to avoid the pelts. We got the pelts. Either way, we try to avoid the pelts. It's not very often we come across the trader to get rid of the pelts, you see, so it could be a bit tricky. We have a wolf, so I think we'd probably go with the wolf head, yes. It's the best choice. I'd rather select something that we actually use during our run. Okay, combat. Totem runs. We have the mole sigil for blocking damage, and there's two elk fawns down. So we need to block at least some of the damage with the beehive. That's going to be helpful. But that's pretty much all I could do, unless I grab the squirrel from the bottle, but I don't think I need to really grab it just yet. There we go. Another bee. Nice. Game is being rather nice to us. And then let's get our bees out. Sometimes you can struggle when it decides to play just like flyers or something like that, which doesn't interact with your beehive at all, so you kind of end up getting stuck not being able to do anything with the beehive. So here's the potential for the beehive, because you could just keep bringing everything back out, right? You can keep playing the bee as long as you have like low level summon costs on your cards. You just keep getting everything back to your hand and placing it back down on the field. So I think it's pretty cool. I like the combination. Obviously like the warren like just gives you a rabbit, doesn't require that it blocks any damage. So it's like way easier and faster to pull off. So, but that's a different run. That's not this run. So let's not dwell. Let's not dwell on the warrens. So we pick the cuckoo. pick the cuckoo because the cuckoo's pretty cool, pretty decent. So we got a totem head, we just need a decent body, so if we can find one of those along the way, we'll try and take it. Alright, new combat. We have our stoat with us, and we have the pack rat in, so we could use the squirrels to try and just get a new item now. We got some scissors, nice. Very strong item. Blocking the raven egg, not really paying attention to what sigils on it, and now the raven egg has moved. And we're like, oh yeah, right. Now it's gonna evolve. What are we gonna do with it? There we go. The raven gets blocked by the bullfrog. I don't utilize the bullfrog as effectively as I could do when I play nowadays. It's just a thing that we do. I don't know, we don't try not to even pick it up, to be honest with you. So some of these cards are always good, but we don't necessarily always go out of our way to get them. Okay, the stoat helps with the wound. Go stoat! Nice. And we have the choices of some strong creatures, but we picked the one we can't summon, which is great. Don't know if it was really the best choice. We are going to put what are we actually going to do? We're supposed to be cutting these things down so that it's shorter. You haven't cut these ones down. Okay, right. Put the pack rat on the cuckoo. The best combination for the cuckoo I find is if we've got a magpie. Gonna head for the fireplace. 2 HP. This is probably gonna go on our beehive. The better chance of making more bees and surviving. So that's what we like to see. More bees. If we can get more bees out of the beehive, no complaints from me whatsoever. So it's the boss. It's the boss we got. Okay. We got our smoke. We are playing with all the difficulties turned on that we have unlocked at any given time, right? So play the cuckoo. We can still block. We can still block it from coming in. And that's why the cuckoo's strong, because it blocks the space in front of it. Stops the opponent from actually being able to bring in the damage dealer or anything from the back row. Just gets blocked at the back, look, see. So it's easy to use and it's good. So we got the bullfrog down as well. It's going to help us to do small damage to the trap, get the trap out of the way. We do need to make pelts out of things that we got. So gonna try put some creatures down. We can get our beehive, there we go. Beehive would be helpful. That's gonna help us. Once we get the bees out of it, we're gonna be able to place bees by the traps, get the bees back and get pelts out of them as well at the same time. So it's gonna really help us out a lot. All we're doing is just blocking the damage and trying to fill our hand as much as possible now. This is our main tactic for the trapper. Because once we can get 4 pelts, the second part of the boss fight is to just take all of his creatures off the front row. We've already got our hand full of everything we need to win, see? So basically we just enter the next round and then finish him off in one go. So that's my usual tactic, but we win with the 1 damage from the cuckoo right now. And our golden pelt. We sacrifice it out. Don't want to do the 1 damage just yet, apparently. But we could put bees down in the next round. It's another bee. Not quite sure what I was thinking about at the moment. We had everything we needed in our hand. We would have got... The golden pelt still counts. Right, okay, I feel like I was unsure whether the golden pelt would count towards taking something off the opposing team. So, yeah, basically, we do the extra just because of that. There we go, we cleared everything off. Grab another squirrel, end our turn, and he gives us an extra pelt. And we still use the golden pelt to trade something off him as well. So here we go, taking off the front row. 12 attack on a cracker. It's pretty good. So either way, the plan was to take it anyway. And there we go. Now we know. Now we know that we can take for all of the pelts and not just the ones he gives you. So many cards in our hand, it's really hard to like get it to find which one you want to look for. And there we go. Nice. He actually gives us the card that overkills him by a large quantity, so there we go. Nice. Nice and easy. So this tactic of making sure we got enough in our hand before we push on for the second round is one we employ against pretty much every boss fight. The Gek is like a god card. With the right sigil, it's a god card. There are some times where, because you draw from your main deck, and if you draw the Gek, it's like a card that summons for free. Fair enough. It's nice and easy to use, but getting a squirrel from your main deck at the worst time could probably, at some point, be the worst thing that you can get. Because it's basically like a dead draw then, but if you draw it in your star hand like this, and we can get the right sigil on it, it should become one of the best cards in the deck. Okay, so the Cuckoo again coming in clutch. Didn't have a space for an item, so it didn't give us anything. Could have done with maybe using the bone coins or something. Would have been able to get the vulture in still. These all the bone coin creatures are basically like way too high a cost for what we actually have. Okay, here's the beehive. Just sacrifice the Gek out. For 1 damage, Mantis is gonna come in and kill our Cuckoo. Just not preferred, but swapped it for a bee now. It's basically the same thing. I have a theory that the bee will kill the Mantis, but that's not really how the bee works, so we have to swap it out for the Bullfrog. Lucky pull on the Bullfrog there, to be honest with you. And then we should be alright. We have a flyer in front of our beehive, so it's pretty much useless. Should have swapped it out for our stoat there, to be honest, but the bee comes back to our hand, so there's no real worry. But we could get the beehive back to our hand. It's the same thing, really. Right, so here we go. Got the wolf in. We trade the stoat. We'll put the wolf there. Want to keep this broken egg in the one corner. We finally got enough coins to summon a turkey vulture. I mean, doesn't happen often, but we finally summoned one of those things. Don't have any dupes, so I want to avoid the mycologist, guys. We're looking for a cheap summoning card. A coyote is not is not a cheap summoning card. The bones are really difficult to work with, to be honest with you. But we've got... The cockroach would have been okay. Nothing that was offered was actually worth having, so we took an extra head for the totem. Looking for a decent body to go on either the wolf or possibly in the future insects, because we got the bees and we've got the beehive, so any sort of decent beehive combination that we could pull off would be very good for us. And we are going to place the bullfrog in front of the bee. There we go, the bee's down. All we got to do now is just make sure that we can kill the mantis straight away with the bullfrog. That's very helpful for us. 1 damage currently. 1 damage we need to block. Oh, there's a beehive. So the beehives on the opposing side of the field actually give us bees when we attack them. So when it moves forward, it's going to start giving us... basically some bees. And we no longer have to pull from our squirrel deck. So we can pull from our main deck in general. I get excited about having my beehive, and I'm like, I can sacrifice and get my beehive out, and then I'm like, oh, it's just bees. They're not going to attack it. So, yeah, you can, but we're already too late by the time we realize, oh wait, it's a bee, it's not going to attack it. But we can sacrifice the beehive out straight away. More coins for the coyote, right? Should be really helpful. There we go. Got a bee from the beehive again. The frog is going to block the other bee on the outside. Trade out the stoat for the wolf, I believe. I believe. Nah, bad joke, sorry. Anyway, wolves. Do wolves like eating bees? I'm not sure if wolves like eating bees or not. I've never seen wolves actively seek out bees before, but there we go. Wolves will hunt bees, apparently. Okay, we have a rattler and a coyote, and a turkey vulture. Trying to just... Oh, we don't have enough of the turkey vulture. We thought we did, but... No? Okay. But the rattler's in, so we're 1 coin short by the looks of it. And excess damage, our favourite thing to do. Okay, go to the left. We can duplicate our bee, but we feel like we need to get rid of some cards from our deck, so we go for... What is this one? What do we even call this interaction here? Like the demon in the cave. We go for the sigil one because we usually have the easiest thing for that. Warren, that is a god warren right there. It's a beehive, rabbit. It's a rabbit beehive, which is it's just OP. So good for helping us summon anything from our deck. And we keep gaining bone creatures. Ones we can't actually summon with all the creatures that we've got in our deck that helps us summon. So it's just kind of insane how we keep picking these bone creatures and have no real reason to actually have them there at all. Okay, so want to get some bees to start off with. It's always a better choice, I believe. And there we go, a bee, nice. And with that, we can summon our magpie on the right, I believe. Would be a good choice. Get our bee back, put the bee back in the middle. Attacks over the stump. So we get to block in. There we go. Completely blocked that off. And we replace the bee. Nice and easy. We swap it for stoat? Yes. I mean, we would have been doing damage, but it's not like the enemy are actually able to do anything to us right now, so I guess. Oh, we got the Warren. Warren for the stoats. Let's go to evolve. We have evolving rabbits now as well. It's insane. This Warren is insane, like, honestly. So, no space to summon now. Slowly poking damage out. The Warren's gonna gain damage and defense. You just get the bees down to tap the frogs out. They block the damage back, and yeah, our hand is full of endless bees. This is it. Doing well. Get our wolf in with some bee summons. Nice. So we should be able to kill both the enemies in the row, and because the frog blocks the flyer damage, which is quite an interesting thing actually, because the frog blocks the flying damage, the guy behind also takes damage from the flyer look. So it's very helpful. And drop a bee, get some excess damage for a nice win. Okay, moving on. Need some cards, but we want cheap summonable cards. We take the random card just to see what it gives us, to be honest with you. Didn't need ants. Don't really need ants. We got one card we can merge out, and it's the flyer. So we basically want to get rid of one bone summon card for a cheaper bone summon card that does the same damage, which is now a flyer as well, so we're good. Okay, we got the HP. So we have choices. I think if we hit the Rattler, it becomes a vulture, basically, right? A cheaper to summon vulture is what we got in our deck now. So with the angler, what we've got is, if we can manage to get some bees out, it's what our plan would be, but angler's primarily going to be filling us up with kingfishers, which is, you know, not going to attack the beehive. So at least we realize that he's not going to give us any bees. But there is a plan that we can use, where we can place the beehive down. Could have had him actually steal the beehive off us, and then we could hit the beehive to get the bees off it ourselves. Got a Warren, which we can get some bees out of, but we get a rabbit straight away, so that's kind of helpful. There we go. We reposition the bee because he does have a ground-based attack coming in with the bullfrog. So there we go, a nice bee. Need to generally have as many bees as we can. At least the Elder Warren has got a -1 to its attack value. We take the win right now. And we have the 4 buckets down. What we really need to do is just tribute out. Although, to be honest with you, knocking the sharks out and then having the shark attack the Warren is going to give us some bees as well. Not the worst thing that can happen to us, so... But we didn't draw it out enough is what our problem is right now. If we would have been able to draw it out a little bit longer... The game's insistent that we draw a card before we do our 3 damage for the win. Okay, so the Lucky Warren gaining the one attack value and unlocking the shark was exactly what we needed to give us what we were looking for. Okay, it offers us the Deus and the pack rat. We take the dais. We have a plan. We have a plan for it. But we're not quite sure if we've ever utilized the dais properly in a run before. So go to the right and it offers us a cockroach. Like straight away, there's no question, is that we want to merge this cockroach onto the dais. Right? Now this is a combination that's like, it's really awesome. We also had a Gek in our deck, which with the cockroach is, you know, again like a supreme card that's god tier. So we get the dais out, it can return to our hand, but the chimes will come back to our hand as well, which really helps us, because we could just place the charms down and then have the dais just like counterattack every single attack that comes our way on the field, right? So we want to win this turn, so we pull our tooth out. We forget that the mole moves. So it's a common mistake that I make. I forget that the mole will move to block the damage, so I preemptive a win and I don't get anything out of it. It's something that happens all the time, so you'll get used to seeing that on my runs. If we grab a squirrel, we can place the dais back down. We have chimes that will go in every single square. We could put the dais behind the rock, so, but it's better to put it in front of a creature. We can kill the 2 wolves this way round. So there we go. Dais goes off, kills the wolf. Dais goes off, kills the alpha. And now we've got a mole in front of us, so we could just place the chimes back down. Look, this is the best way to utilize your dais if you've ever played it. But there might be other combinations that are pretty good. I'm gonna go to the trader, finally get rid of this gold pelt, right? For a Mantis God, I believe. Yes, Mantis God is the best choice. So we get to duplicate a card, but which card is worth duplicating right now? We want to be able to summon stuff from our deck, so most likely we could pick the Beehive. It's got decent defense. It loses defense, but it doesn't really matter because it'll come back to our hand anyway. So the chances of more bees now, more endless bees, is better than nothing. So have the trapper. Have the trapper. I say like, oh, we can get rid of our pelt here, but I've literally just got rid of the pelt. Like, I forget that I've literally just got rid of the pelt at this point. It's kind of funny, but you know, it's how it is sometimes. Keeping track of everything. I mean, we literally just got rid of it, and we think that this thing's gonna get rid of our pelt. It's not how that works. We want to get our beehive out, but obviously we don't have any way of summoning it unless we sacrifice a different creature. Was that worth it? Who knows? We would have had a coyote dealing damage, but we're obsessed with getting our bees. So here we go with more bees. We drew an elk fawn. It's going to kill the coyote and move to the right. Could have played the wolf and killed both of the guys in this slot, but who knows? Right, we got the extra slot from the sparrow. Big elk is out. We got our double beehives now, and we've got our bees. So pretty exciting times. But the flyers won't attack our beehives, so let's get the wolf in. Need to kill the alpha on the right. But we didn't. We blocked the sparrows with bees. Doesn't really gain us anything, but it doesn't kill them, so the things behind don't move forward either. We're like, we'll place bees, because they're good defenders, but the bees don't block the flyers. That's not how it works. Again, always just forgetting how things actually work in this game. But we got more than enough damage to finish him off, so we're doing alright. up to the trader, or the trapper. Gonna grab the knife. We got loads and loads of extra teeth, but we didn't want any pelts out of that. Right, removing some of these useless cards from our deck is something we really need. We sacrifice the random card. It's not massively helpful, it just randomly generates into any card when you pull it. So now it's gone. We got rid of that. It's the best bet. It was a good choice. I believe it was a good choice. Okay, we got our beehives and a warren. This, you couldn't ask for anything else in your start hand. This is a guaranteed. This is a guaranteed, like, bunch of bees. We could have played the warren first, though. Would have given us a rabbit and then got our beehive out, which we then figure out afterwards. Like, sacrificing the beehive, it was going to come back to our hand anyway. We got both our beehives out. It's a bit backwards. We realise that there's a flyer on the right and that it's not going to attack our beehive. So get overexcited about the beehives every single time you see them. It's like, we must put down the beehives, that's how it works. But, like, getting too overexcited about a specific card is not necessarily the best thing to happen. So we put the Rattler in front of the flyer because they won't kill each other. We have a flying snake to attack a flying bird. I mean, I feel like it should still I feel like it should still attack the bird. But we've got our bees. We make some sort of pun with the bees here. I'm not going to repeat it because I've said it multiple times in the past. You might get one out of me at some point, but hey, you know, lots of bees. Okay, to the left we have a low-cost summon, a Raven Egg. Nice, I like Raven Egg. It's a good one. And then a new item to replace Black Go, helps with the summoning. But the coins helps us get some of those other annoying cards out of our hand. So go for that. We got a merge. Mantis God onto the Raven Egg. There we go. Nice. Having a triple attack Raven that can hide behind a rock or something that's really, really, really strong. I like the combination of Mantis God on Raven Egg. There's no complaints for me. Okay, the Prospector. What does the Prospector want with me today? We got the Dias. Dias looks like a good choice, I think. We can place it... We could have placed it in the middle. But we don't want to fill all the spaces up. So we try to avoid filling all the spaces. And we can always just place the chime back down whenever we need to. And we try to attack the mule if we can, but we've already got all the damage we need. Like, key with the Prospector is to leave some spaces, so if you can kill him without actually playing too many cards down, that's where you actually get the most benefit out of it. So we could play the Dias again, get a chime, wait for him to kill the nuggets, because we got a wolf coming in now. They'll kill this nugget. And we got the dog, the bloodhound, which is going to break the other nugget. But we place the Raven Egg down. It's going to do some damage next turn. And Mule's going to move. All the nuggets will be gone. So we could place the Dias next turn. Not quite sure what choices we make. The adder in front of our Raven Egg. It's typical. We get the Dias. It's definitely the next best choice. We can place chimes down to get rid of everybody on the field. Dog jumps over, and then we place the chime, dog jumps back. But then we do we do all the damage to win. So we have this which is the best plan for the turn, completely ignoring how much damage we actually do, right? So ooh, the Ouroboros is a very, very tasty card for us right now. So we take the Ouroboros, we have the ability to summon it, and we would like to do our best. We have a pelt in our deck, so we choose to get rid of the pelt. We don't really have anything we want to merge out. And we pick up the Wolf Cub. There's nothing else we can do, so a really good card like Cockroach or something like that, it's really not helpful right now. Cockroach is good for merging out onto a different card, but it's not really the best card to take, especially when it's like literally the last thing you got to do on a run, right? So here we go, final boss time. Okay, start off with a nice beehive. We got a rattler, got the raven. Let's put the beehive down. Put the raven egg in. Prospector. There's a mantis god there, and we realise that the mole man is going to block all our damage. We're like, oh, we need to get rid of this guy. So we stab him. We stab him with a knife. It's a bit much. And we take the win right here. Exactly the amount of damage we needed to do to actually get back and get in front. He's still the prospector though, so we gotta watch out. There's not much we can do with this. The trees are gone. At least one of them. So we did some damage there. Okay, here we go. Swinging in. Yeah, I kind of think like the prospector should move on if you take a life while he's on, but it's something we gotta work around in the future. Just remember that we gotta win fast and not allow the prospector to get his turns out. Okay, we need to draw a card. Game insists that we have to draw cards, right? So here's a bee, and swap for the beehive. We're waiting for the nuggets to be removed so we can actually make a better play. Like, there's no point in throwing my wolf cub in or my wolf because, you know, he's just gonna kill it and then we're not gonna have it for when we want it. So now we have plenty of bees now. We can place our wolf. But it definitely places so he kills the mantis god and the guy behind. Place the bee back down. Because he's gonna try to steal something. There you go, he stole the bee. And now our wolf should be able to kill this character that just moved, but obviously it's got the lizard tail, so it's gotta jump back to the right. We've got plenty of bees, they'll get us through. Realistically, when it comes to the moon fight, these bees are basically like going to win the moon fight. They're like guaranteed to just be resummonable. They do 1 damage. You can just poke the moon down with bees endlessly. So we managed to kill off all of the new characters. And now we get to trade. But what do we actually want? What do we actually want out of this? Take the fur. To have him kill our nugget. No? You could take Sean. Okay, Shauna's got decent defense and can move. We have 2 pelts in our hands, so we swap both of those characters out. Place a bee. Sacrifice him for the cuckoo. And gonna place the Dias. We can't get any charms out of this guy at the moment. I'm not sure the Dias was a great choice. We're back onto the Prospector. So as we get the damage now, we should be able to like do all the damage we need this turn. Bit excessive. Could have just done with the bees. We have the idea that the Prospector is going to turn everything into bees. Okay, right. The moon is in now. Okay. Oh, we pulled the Ouroboros. We skipped a bit of time here. We've been doing summoning with the bees and swapping the Ouroboros around. He has 40-40 and we one-shot the moon. So, yeah. This is a super overpowered Ouroboros. Bee deck. We just swap the bees around with the Ouroboros. Place a squirrel just to troll him. We do 40 damage on the second one. Okay, thanks for joining us. I hope you had a nice one on this video. Check out this video on the left. It's got something happening in it. And also, you could check out this other video on the right that also has something happening in it as well.